Hello everyone, we are talking about networking today and digital tools. Let's first talk about what networking is. A computer network is a set of computing devices that are connected by a communications medium. The intranet, would be a private network that exists between a set of walls within an organization. The internet, as we use on a regular basis, is the global network that's made up of several networks that are joined together. And the extranet is in relation to the intranet, which is an extension of that intranet that allows the interaction of suppliers and partners, etc., customers that would be outside of that company. A communications system. The computer browses the internet. Data travels across microwave towers and satellites. Standards and protocols are used to govern how that data travels. And then hardware and software send and receive that data which end the path. A computer network is a communications device. Let's have a look at this diagram here. So this is how a satellite network would be set up. So here we have our satellite. We have our ground station or ground signal. It is the information or the data is transmitted to the satellite and then back down to Earth. So for example, you browse the internet, the signal is sent to the satellite, and then it comes back down to another ground transmitter and then into your network, wired network, generally. So the different types of signals that are used. Of course, we've discussed this before, analog versus digital, but we're looking at it from a different angle now. So traditionally, the old cell phones would have used an analog signal. And in this case, as you can see here, the frequency fluctuates between highs and lows. It's up and down. It is never really totally consistent, as you may recall in the past. Whereas a digital signal is either high or low, and of course it's in its ones or zeros, as we already know. Transmission speed. Now this is how data moves at different speeds based on things like a network medium and internet traffic and such. So this is how fast the information is processed. Back in the day, you used to have to wait and wait and wait. Of course, with broadband internet now, we don't have this problem so much. There are two significant factors that influence this, and those are frequency and bandwidth. Frequency is the speed that a signal can change from high to low, and the bandwidth is how much data can be handled in a channel. Broadband allows large amounts of data to transmit at a fast speed. A network protocol. These are the rules that allow for how data travels. We always have a protocol. HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, right? Okay, a modem sends and receives data from a transmission source. Ethernet, this is the system for connecting computer systems to form a local area network. A coaxial cable, you might remember what it looks like to plug a cable into the back of your television. This would be a coaxial cable. A twisted pair cable is like a telephone wire, or a Cat5, which is a thicker type of telephone wire, and this is used for Ethernet networks. Now, we use fiber optic cable, and these are strings of glass that transmit light beams, and this has changed how we are able to communicate currently. Wireless transmission. Let's take a quick look at this. Wireless transmission. First we have cellular, wireless, and satellite. All of these use radio waves to transmit data. Standards and protocols. First we have, they address, what do they do? What do standards and protocols do? Well, they address compatibility. They allow different devices to communicate. They address the transmission of media, the speeds on the network, and the designs of the network hardware. And a protocol, again, I note this for important reasons, is a set of rules governing the transmission of. Okay, now let's talk about network standards. You may recall a few of these terms. We have Ethernet. This is the wired media standard. A token ring. This allows devices to share a signal. And the TCP/IP is the order that data is sent, and it is divided into packets and often changed during that time and put back in its original form. Wireless network standards. You may be familiar with some of these terms also. We have Wi-Fi, which is wireless fidelity, and this is based on the 802.11 standard. Okay, so the routers that you are working with would generally be based on that 802.11 standard. WiMAX. This stands for Worldwide Interoperability for Microwave Access. Remember that one. It's a bit harder than Wi-Fi. This is our 4G network, and it is much faster than Wi-Fi, and it operates at a far longer range. At a longer range, so it could blanket, say, a downtown area. Bluetooth is a short-range connection, which extends generally only a few meters. RFID, or radio frequency identification, this is used for scanning. And WAP, which is the wireless application protocol, and this is used for mobile devices. Next, we will talk about network classifications and architecture.